Hello our learners, hope you are doing well. In this video we will subset the data frames. Like vectors and matrices, you select elements from a data frame with the help of a row and column index positions using square brackets. For example, to select the value from a dataset at second row and third column position, we use name of a data frame followed by a square bracket, and inside a square bracket we use row and column index positions separated by comma. I think this notation is not new to you if you had watched my video on matrix subsetting. If you haven't, then please do watch it because there are a lot of similarities between subsetting a matrix and subsetting a data frame. You can find the link of the video in the description. We can also use colon operator to subset multiple rows and columns from a data frame. Here we are selecting elements from the first two rows and third and fourth column. You can select all elements from the rows and columns. Please note, whenever one dimension is left blank, all the values in that dimension will get selected. When column dimension is left blank, all columns will get selected, and when row dimension is left blank, all rows will get selected. We can also use $operator to extract values of columns by its name, or we can use column index position to extract the column values. There are various options you can have to extract the data frame elements. Let's see those options one by one using an example data frame. So let's open the RStudio and get rolling with the data frames. We will work with a quality dataset. This dataset is inbuilt dataset in R. It gives daily air quality measurements in New York City in the months of May to September 1973. So let me show you how the dataset looks like. We use head function to check the first 6 rows of the dataset, and you can see various air quality measurements as a column names. Another handy function that you can use is a dimension function, which shows you the data frame dimensions, the number of rows and columns. As you can see, this dataset has 153 rows and 6 columns. Now let's subset this data frame using various options. The first option is to subset column using column index position. Here we will subset the first column. So index position is 1. And here is the first column. This dataset has 153 rows, so all the 153 rows are shown here as an output. You can also use $operator, so name of the dataset and $operator. Now here I want to show you the auto code completion feature of RStudio. After you use $operator, RStudio will show all the columns in the dataset you may want to use after $operator. This is called as auto code completion feature. So we'll select the first column name here, which is ozone, and we will enter, and here we get all the elements from the ozone column. The second option is to subset entire rows. Here we will use colon operator to subset the first 10 rows in a dataset. After we execute this code, then you can see that the first 10 rows are selected. We can subset the data frame with logical vector. Here we will use logical vector to select the columns. We will get first 10 rows, and we will input the logical vector as column index position. So we'll get all the columns on the true value position. So we should get the first column, the third column, and then the vector recycles and all the remaining column as per the position of true value. So here it is. First let me show you all the column names for the dataset using. So these are all the column names for this air quality dataset. We can use column names function to find out all the column names from the data frame. Now if we subset the data frame using the logical operator, we should get first column, then third column. Now after third column, the logical vector will recycle back again. So we should get temp column and then the sixth one, the last column, as an output. So if I execute this code, then you can see that the ozone, wind, temp and day, these 4 columns got selected. We can subset the data frame using vectors. Here for the row index position, we have generated 10 random numbers from the range of 1 to 153, 153 being the number of rows in the dataset. So it will pick up 10 random rows from the dataset. And for the column index position, we have given the numeric vector to select the 4th and 6th column, to select the 1st, 4th and 6th column from the dataset. So as an output, it has shown the 10 random rows with 1st, 4th and 6th column from the dataset. We can also use negative integers in the same way as we have used in the matrices. Remember, negative numbers will exclude the positions in subsetting the data frame. So it will exclude the second column and print all the remaining columns. We can also use conditional operators. For example, to select all the rows with temperature more than 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Here we go. All the rows with a temperature more than 90 degrees Fahrenheit are selected. So remember, this conditional operator we have used in row index position. We can use column names to subset the data frame. Here I've used ozone and day as column names to subset the data frame. And finally, on the closing note, if you want to quickly generate the statistical summary of the data frame, you can use summary function and it will show you the summary statistics of all the variables in the data frame. Thanks for watching this video till end. So far we have been dealing with R's inbuilt datasets, but if you are working on your own dataset, you will need to import that data into R. In the next video, we will learn how to import the data into R. I will speak to you in the next video.